Hello random people on the internet, my name is Banana, and the Pets update has been out for a week, so everyone's already beat it, right guys? I'm just kidding. You guys probably haven't beat the Pets update that much yet, but you do want to know what pets you should be going for to prepare for future updates, because updates are still going to be coming. It was told to us a while ago that we would have a Slayer update coming out in the month of February. Now, considering that it is February 29th, we're probably not getting that update this month, but we are going to get a Slayer update soon enough. And when that Slayer update comes out, you are going to want to have the best pets possible. And the only way to do that is to really just know your stuff. There are so many pets that are in the game. There is just like, you got the chicken, the rabbit, the wolf, the Jerry, just the Enderman. There are so many pets. Which ones should you go for this update? Well, basically in this video, I'm going to go over a couple of the pets that I feel are completely necessary for the update because they are just so good and they're going to help you through everything that you need to do in the new Slayer update that is coming out soon. So let's get right into that. So to start off, we're actually at the Dark Auction because the first two pets I'm going to talk to you guys about are bought from Sirius himself, and that is first off, the Parrot Pet. And the Parrot Pet is a pet that I've already made a video on. I went in depth on why this pet is so insane. But, I mean, they changed it to an alchemy pet recently, and the main perk you're looking for is Repeat. And that boosts potion duration by 40% at max level, and that is going to make even splashes last longer. And splashes are going to be one of your best friends in the new Slayer update because you're going to want some pals to be grinding with you, and you don't want to be wasting so many potions just doing it by yourself without anyone. So splashes are going to be very helpful, and this Parrot Pet is going to increase the duration of them. I don't recommend that you get a legendary Parrot Pet because the legendary Parrot gives you a perk that is used in combat. It basically just gives you strength in an aura around you, and it gives other players strength. And while that would be good if the pet was based on combat, there are a lot of other options that you can use, and that's why I would only recommend the Epic Parrot Pet because it's easier to level up and it has the same percentage on repeat. But that's not the real reason that we're at the Dark Auction. The new Slayer bosses that have been leaked, like the Shredder Horror and the Revenant Warden, have a lot of DPS, and there are multiple ways to live through DPS. You can either kill the boss before they kill you, or you can just survive. And the Turtle Pet is based on survival. The Turtle Pet is also from the Dark Auction. I definitely recommend the legendary one in this case because the perks on the Turtle Pet are insane. Basically, you get 1 defense per every level, and you get 1 health per every 2 levels, and then you get a percentage of defense, and I believe it caps out just under 20% at level 100. And then you get the Genius Amniote, which gives you defense and regeneration when you are in or near water. And then you have the perk Unflippable, which is only on the legendary one, and that is where you gain immunity to knockback. Now, that immunity to knockback currently is not necessary due to the existence of the Slime Hat glitch, which makes you knockback immune, but once that is patched, and it should be patched soon enough, the Turtle Pet will actually be the only way to be immune to knockback in the game right now. And that is going to be really helpful so that you can just like stay there, stay solid, and just hit the boss that is attacking you. Now, the reason that this pet is so good is because it is an insane amount of tankiness that you get from this thing. The amount of tank that you get is just going to be preposterous considering the fact that most Slayers are fought near or in water, or you can. Other than the spider, you can fight either of those other bosses, the Revenant or the Wolf, in water, and it's actually normal to fight the Wolf in water. And there is actually many ways to fight Revenants in water because you can actually finish your quest by like fishing stuff out of the pond over here where people do a lot of their splashes. You can fish the Hydras and the Sea Walkers out and actually spawn Revenants over here. So you're going to be in or near water. And it's going to give you, I believe it's 25 hearts per second, or it's 20 hearts per second at max level. I think it's 25 though. And that is already going to be pretty good. But you have to remember that you, if you're doing Revenants, are wearing the Reaper Mask and Revenant armor. And the Reaper Mask has a perk where you get double healing from all sources. So you're getting 50 hearts a second. And then you have to remember that you have the healing ring, and you also have the survivor cube, and you also might have an overflux. So you're getting like 20% more healing from that. And then you have to remember you're using a Reaper Falchion where you're healing 10 hearts per hit, and you have a Scythe out, hopefully, when you're doing these revs, because you want to just tank as much as possible. So basically, I don't know if these revs are going to be able to kill you, is what I'm saying here. The Revenants are going to be hitting you, and you're just going to be immune to knockback and healing due to this insane pet right here. This turtle pet is definitely one of the better pets that is definitely being overlooked, because, I mean, tankiness is not currently necessary in the meta. It's not even good in the current meta, but I guarantee that it is going to be insane in the future when the new Slayer update comes out. Now, let's say that you're on the other side of the coin. You don't want to tank the boss. You want to kill the boss as soon as you possibly can. Now, that is going to require a pet that increases your damage. And there are a lot of pets that increase your damage. And to start off, we're just going to look at something like the Phoenix Pet. The Phoenix Pet is pretty good because it has the perk 4th Flare, which is on the 4th melee strike. You ignite mobs, dealing damage with your crit, like it is a percentage of your crit damage, and that is going to be something that is really good because it actually increases by, I believe, a lot of percentage. It ends up being where you have like 5 seconds going of, I believe, 11 times your crit damage. It's something insane like that, where it is a lot of crit damage, and it is going to do a lot of DPS. But the Phoenix Pet is a 1 in 10 million drop from anything. If you're lucky enough to get a Phoenix Pet, then the Phoenix Pet could be really good for your damage in Slayers, but there are actually other pets that you can get, obviously. And I mean, the next one that we have to look at this is the Enderdragon Pet. The Enderdragon Pet has just insane perks. Deal more damage to end mobs isn't that huge, but the strength, the crit damage, and the crit chance that you get 1 strength, 1 crit damage per every 2 levels, so you're going to end up at 50-50 right there. And then you are going to have the one with the dragon, which makes Aspect of the Dragon better than the 50 mil Midas Sword. And then you have the Superior buff, which increases your stats by 10% when you get max level. Now, while it is unreasonable for you to get a Dragon Pet, the Dragon Pet will be the best option for now when it comes to doing these new Slayer bosses. You can't just, like, not count it in just because it's very expensive. It is going to be very expensive. Right now, this one's at 57 mil. I guarantee that it'll go up to 300. This pet is very expensive, but if you want to try your luck in getting it, just go do dragons, honestly. But let's say you can't really afford that. That is just not in the cards for you. So if we look at some of the other pets that are out, this one is a very questionable pet, in my opinion. This one could be very good. We don't know much about the Tiger Pet. The Tiger Pet comes out in the Traveling Zoo event. It is uncommon from the last one, but we don't know when it is going to be legendary. But depending on the perks on it, the legendary version could be really good, because Merciless Swipe on the uncommon, you have a 10% chance to strike twice at level 100. And this 10% chance could go up to like 30% on the epic and legendary ones. And you get the like 50 strength, or it's like 25 strength, 50 crit damage or something on this. So it's nothing to scoff at. If the other 2 perks are good, the Tiger Pet could be one of the best bets. And honestly, it's not that expensive compared to the other ones. This one will be 16 stacks of Enchanted Raw Chicken and 15 million coins from the zoo vendor during the Traveling Zoo event. And the Tiger Pet could definitely be really good, but we don't know when it's going to be out. So if you don't want to get any of those pets are all too expensive for you, then I have my favorite pet for Slayers and stuff, the Pigman Pet. The Pigman Pet is from the crafting recipes in the Pork Chop collection. It is in Pork Chop 9. It's a very expensive pet to craft, especially considering the price increase of Enchanted Grilled Pork recently. But the Pigman Pet is something that every single player is going to want to get, because the thing about the Pigman Pet is it has perks that are purely based around things that would help in Slayer. The strength and the defense is huge already. You get 1 every 2 levels, so you end up with 50 strength, 50 defense. That's huge. That's insane by default. And then you have like Pork Master and the PvP King. PvP King is not good. Porkmaster makes the Pigman Sword almost equivalent to Midas, if not better. I haven't tried it out because I don't have a level 100 Pigman, so you really can't talk about it yet. But then you look at the Giant Slayer perk. The Giant Slayer perk makes you deal 17.2% extra damage to monsters level 100 and up, and that is at level 69. I believe it goes up to 25%. It's either 20 or 25%, and that is huge. The Pigman Pet makes it so you can just destroy everything related to Slayer, because the thing about Slayer is every single mob is going to be above level 100. The little mini bosses on tier 4s are level 160 right now, so those guys are going to be taking 25% more damage from you, along with you having a lot of strength and a lot of defense. So the Pigman Pet is going to be one of those options that is just going to be really good for every Slayer, not just Revenant like the other pets that I've sort of talked about. Like the turtle pet might not be that good for spiders, but it definitely is good for wolves, definitely is good for Revenant. But let's say you want one that's specifically for wolves. Well, who would have guessed it? The wolf pet. The wolf pet is actually pretty insane because the perks on it are all based around wolves. You get true defense, you get crit damage, you get health, you get everything you would want for wolves wearing Mastiff, and then you get the Alpha Dog perk, and that makes it so you take less damage from wolves. Less damage from wolves just literally means less damage when you're doing Wolf Slayer. That is just going to help you tank so much. And then you have the perk where it makes it so you gain 5.1 crit damage for every nearby wolf monster. Now, that's 5.1 at level 34, and you may think, when am I going to have that many wolves around me? Well, if you remember, when you get the wolf down to 1 million health, it releases the pups, and not only will crit damage help you do more damage and kill the pups really quickly, it will actually make it so that you can just do the thing better because you're tanking, because you get health per crit damage on your Mastiff. Basically, it all just turns into more health for you and more damage for you on this wolf. Let alone, like, I'm not even talking about the combat XP boost that you get from it. The combat XP boost is going to make your quests go faster. It's going to make everything just go fine and dandy because you are getting such an insane amount of XP, you're getting health, you're getting crit damage. What's not to like about the wolf pet? Like, you really want it. So, I think that might be all the pets that I do want to talk about in this video. Other than the Jerry pet, obviously the best pet in the game. -1 intelligence for every level. Also, you can get plus like 10 damage on your aspect of the Jerry. Obviously, just the best pet. Invest in the legendary Jerry. I'm just kidding, guys. Those pets are pretty much it that I really want to talk about. The whale pet could also be really good for tanking because it is just adding a lot of health and a lot of defense, but it doesn't work with Mastiff, so it'll only work for like Revs and for Tarantula, but we'll have to see how good the whale pet actually is when we get the legendary. We don't know how good the giraffe is at this point because we have not seen anything about the giraffe. But yeah, that is all the pets that I can definitely recommend that you get right now. To recap, that's the parrot, the wolf, the turtle, the pigman, and I don't think I mentioned any other ones in this video, and the Jerry, yes. So if you guys did enjoy that video, or if it helped you out at all, please smash that like button, maybe even subscribe like that guy just did. Thank you, person who subscribed. I'm not reading the message because I don't want to tab out. But if you guys are preparing for the Slayer update, definitely let me know what Slayer you guys are going to do when the update comes out. And if you need any help, any questions, just leave them down below in the comments. And yeah, that is going to be all for this one. I will talk to you guys in the next one. Peace out.